Hello again, I'm here with the last part of our um, basic pattern for jeans. This segment is about truing seams and sewing the pattern. So for that, I first try to put the pant on body form and then true it after I'm done with the sewing. Because for the truing means that we make sure that all our seams are matching up. For example, in seam lengths are matching up, out seams are matching, and our rise curve is nice and smooth, waistline is nice and smooth. So for pants, the basic things we need to make sure they are trued and smooth are rise shape, waist seam at side, inseam and outseam. Uh, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. Firstly, I don't need this point. Let me delete it. Okay. Now I want to bring my avatar and I want to arrange my pieces around the avatar. So I for that I press show avatar arrangement point and then I click in the middle of the piece and also in the middle of the knee for my avatar. You see my pattern is going inside the avatar. I don't like that and I want to change the offset on this piece. I click on it and I try to open property editor. You see if you move down, you see the offset is 50. I tried to make it 60. Now it's less inward. And you can even make it 65. The next thing I want to put this part here, but I see this is the left side of the pattern. So I want to flip this piece horizontally so that it aligns with my front piece. It's easier for sewing. So I press in the middle of the piece and then on the middle of my knee avatar. Okay, and the offset again is too much, so I go down on my property editor, find the offset and make it 65. You see, when I increase the offset, the curvature of the tube becomes less. Okay, even if this one is better to be 65, I think. Okay, now I see it is close to my waistline, the one I had marked before. So I'm happy with its position. Now I can start sewing. And I do that with the segment sewing tool. You find it here. And you can use the shortcut N for the segment sewing tool as well. So I choose that. And first I sew inseams together. Like that. Then out seams. You can also see where you are sewing on the avatar. And for the rest of the out seam, I want to use free sewing tool because it's different segment, which is M. around waistline to knee line. I see they are a little bit different, but I'm going to do it later and show you how. So for the rest of the sewing, we need to make the other side of the leg. Now this is left leg, so we need to select these, right click, and choose symmetric pattern with sewing or Control D. So now I have my right leg and this is arranged nicely around my avatar. Now I can sew the rise. I sew front rise together with front rise, and I sew back rise together with back rise. So my sewing is done. I just want to make sure my waist has a stretch so that it doesn't fall off. I choose my waistline and I'm going to property editor and I want to find the elastic option, turn it on and put the ratio at 100. This will cause my waist to be staying where it is and doesn't get stretched and fall off. So that's good. I do simulate now, and this is how my pant is done. It's not too bad. I mean the lines I can see the balanced line are straight. They are not inward or outward. And I don't see much drag lines on front or back. And the fit issues really depends on the fabric too. So based on any fabric you will choose later in your project, you need to adjust later. But for a basic pattern, looks good. Now let's draw our pattern. I do start with the rise shape. So when you wanna check your rise shape, you need to select the inseam length on front and back while you holding shift, of course. And right click and go to match up to start. This is a very easy way to see if your rise shape is smooth. Mine is pretty smooth, but you can always draw a line when you see, for example, if this line is pointing up or down. Try to draw a better line which is more smooth at front. So our aim is for this point to be smooth. It shouldn't be broken. We can even go a little bit down if we want this line to be smooth. So I see with this line that I have drawn, my front crotch could be a little bit higher. So with my smooth curve tool, I can improve my rice shape. This internal line doesn't let us do our job. So sometimes when you look at your curve, maybe just by drawing this handle, you could get a more smooth curve. I think my rice shape is more smooth now. And I just need to extend this pattern outline again. Now that I'm done with my curve, I can right click on this front piece, rotate and reset along gray line. Next thing is our inseam length. We already had checked our inseam length before, so we know back inseam is slightly shorter on the back and we are fine with that. But the outseam, again, we need to check it's equal below knee line. But here on the back is 22.8 while it is 22.6 on front. So if I edit the sewing here and bring it to where it actually is, I delete this and do it again from knee to waistline. You see this blue dot shows where the seam match up. So I click on that. And when I simulate again, I'll see how it looks on my avatar. It still tries to sew the whole thing. So we can actually add a point here and shave off this part. So I will add a point. One way I can add a point there is by walking patterns together with this tool. I will walk my back here and right click, add a notch on walk pattern. Okay, I need to add a point here too because I thought I could Or I could split it. Yes, it's better to split here at the notch. Then I can delete this point because this line is pretty straight. Now my outseams are matching. I can delete this notch now with edit notch tool. Let's just right click and delete. I just want to make sure my dart is true too again. I simulate. Okay, now my side seam is good. Yeah, my dart is pretty smooth at top, so it's okay. And my side seams are matching up. My waist seam is a bit V-shaped, so I want to make sure it has nice shape. I can choose my out seam. It's better to do it here. With edit pattern tool, I choose this out seam and this out seam. I'm pressing shift. I need to press shift actually. And match up, start. You see there is a V shape happening here, so I think it's better to take my edit curvature tool and bring this down a little bit. Increase the curve of my waistline. If I want to draw an internal line that shows how I want my waistline to be, maybe I get some take this line. And you should also know that the angles of center back rising should be 90-degree. I see this is 100 degrees, so it shouldn't be like that. So I think I should bring this point down so that my angle meets 90 degrees as it's supposed to. So with pressing Ctrl and D, I will bring this point a little bit down. See, my angle is getting closer. And with curvature tool, I can with edit curvature tool or curve tool, another curve tool, I can bring this a little bit even lower. Now it's good 90-degree. Even this point could come a little bit down by pressing Ctrl and D. Okay. So this dart length now I can see is 3.6. I want 3.6 here too. I need to bring it down. Press Ctrl D. Like that. Now with a curve tool, bring this down. Now my curve on the waist looks better. Delete this line because it's not letting me change here. Now my curve is more smooth on the outseam. And for my dart, I will through it again. Edit the dart again. Just want to make sure this is 3/4. The length is fine. Okay. Bring this down a bit closer. As long as it doesn't change our curve very badly. Press enter. Looks fine. Let me simulate. Okay, waistline is more straight now. Looks better. And base seam is also more smooth and straight. Just need to draw this line a bit more nicely. If you really want to make this line 90 degree, you can also use this option, right click perpendicular pattern corner and keep it 90 degree for like 1 inch. Okay, that looks nice. I think the elastic was had come off my waistline after I changed, so I need to add that. But before that, I want to also slightly change this line. Okay, now looks good. I rotate this to grain line and I will make sure my lines have the stretch mark on them. This one doesn't. And choose elastic with 100% ratio. So all my waistline are green, so it means I have those. Simulate again, last time, and see how nice it sits on the waistline. Okay, I'm very happy with this block. So you could use this pattern for making different types of jeans in the future. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you will start making your blog too, and let me know if you have any question in the comments.